Hello and welcome to Idea TV News Update. I am Cynthia Bassi. We begin with the headlines. Vehicle plant with South Korea. Namibia launches connectivity infrastructure in KUNENE region. ARCELORMITTAL expands iron ore output in Liberia amid China-led West African investment. Liberia launches national EDTECH teacher training program. Nigeria THWARTS COUP in Benin reaffirms regional influence. And away from Africa, clan the GOLFO deputy leader dies in river accident in Colombia. And in health, anti-snake venom SCARCE says GOMBE hospital. In business, Dangote secures gas supply to boost industrial expansion. And in sports, roadmap released for 2025-2026 MTN FA Cup. And out the news in full. Nigeria has signed a memorandum of understanding with South Korea's Asia Economic Development Committee to establish an electronic vehicle manufacturing plant. The agreement, signed on the 30th of January 2026, aims to reduce reliance on imported used vehicles and create about 10,000 jobs. The project will roll out in phases, starting with assembly and later moving to full vehicle manufacturing. Once operational, the plant is expected to produce up to 300,000 electric vehicles annually. The initiative is part of Nigeria's broader push for electric mobility, supported by a 20 billion naira consumer credit fund and a 151.9 billion naira plan for electric mass transit. It aligns with the National Energy Transition Plan and National Automotive Industry Development Plan. Moving ahead, ARCELORMITTAL has secured a deal with Liberia's government to extend its operations until at least 2050, supporting a $1.8 billion investment to increase iron ore production from 5 to 20 million tons annually. The expansion includes upgrades to the railway linking Tokade to Buchanan Port, with completion expected this year. The move makes ARCELORMITTAL an exception in West Africa, where most new iron ore projects, including Guinea's $20 billion Simandou mine, are driven by Chinese investors. Liberia's expansion is expected to significantly boost national exports, while neighboring countries continue to focus on raw ore exports with limited local processing. Analysts note that while ARCELORMITTAL primarily supplies European steel mills, Chinese firms dominate regional production, shipping mainly to China. Only Guinea has plans to develop local steel or pellet plants, aiming to increase domestic processing and economic value from its iron ore reserves. The Communications Regulatory Authority of Namibia has launched new digital connectivity infrastructure in Ehumba, KUNENE region, aimed at expanding access to information and communication technologies. Funded through the Universal Service Fund, the project targets rural and historically underserved communities. The improved network is expected to enhance access to education, healthcare, economic opportunities, and public services, promoting both social and economic inclusion. Authorities say the initiative reflects strong collaboration between government regulators, traditional leaders, industry stakeholders, and local communities as Namibia works to bridge its digital divide and advance nationwide digital transformation. Still ahead, Liberia has rolled out its first virtual Respect EdTech teacher training, aiming to equip educators nationwide with practical digital skills and tools for classroom technology integration. The initiative, supported by the Ministry of Education, involves teachers from all 15 countries and focuses on learning outcomes through effective use of educational technology. The training, launched virtually from Kenya, highlights the government's commitment to teacher empowerment and sustainable adoption of EdTech. Education officials, including Minister Dr. Jaso M., emphasized the program's role in positioning teachers as central drivers of education transformation. Officials say the initiative will enhance pedagogical confidence, provide context-appropriate digital resources, and foster innovation in teaching. Teachers participating express strong enthusiasm to apply the Respect framework in their classrooms, aiming to improve the quality of learning experiences for students across Liberia. Now, over the weekend, Nigeria forces intervened in Benin to stop an attempted coup against President Patrice Talon. Fighter jets struck rebel positions in Cotonou, while Nigerian ground forces responding to requests from Benin's foreign ministry helped restore control of key military sites. ECOWAS standby forces, including troops from Nigeria, also supported the operation. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu praised the troops for defending constitutional order and stabilizing a neighboring country. The intervention comes amid rising insecurity in northern Benin, where jihadist attacks have claimed dozens of soldiers and cross-border criminal activity affects western Nigeria. Analysts say the operation also serves Nigeria's strategic interests, preventing the repeat of the Niger coup scenario in 2023, reaffirming its status as West Africa's leading power and sending a strong signal against attempts to destabilize the region. We're going on a quick break now. The news continues when we return.
Continuous Threat Exposure Countermeasure, CTEM. CTEM tools enable organizations to continuously monitor and address vulnerabilities in real time. This proactive approach helps businesses stay ahead of cyber threats and comply with security standards. While CTEM systems are improving cybersecurity, managing them can be resource-intensive. Sectors like finance, healthcare, and government are adopting these tools to protect sensitive data.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV News Updates. Now, the rest of the news. Away from Africa, Colombia's largest illegal armed group, the clan del Golfo, has confirmed the death of its second-in-command, Jose Gonzalo Sanchez, also known as Gonzalito, after a boat accident in the northwest of the country. Sanchez died on Friday when the boat he was traveling in capsized on the Esmeralda River in Cordoba department. He was reportedly on a mission linked to the group's ongoing peace talks with the Colombian government. The government says his death is not expected to derail negotiations, which form part of President Gustavo Petro's push to end decades of armed conflict. The clan del Golfo was designated a terrorist organization by the United States in December. And now in health news, the medical director of the snakebite hospital in Katongo, Gombe State, Dr. Nicholas Amani, has said anti-snake venom is in critically short supply worldwide, with Nigeria particularly affected. He highlighted that most victims are poor rural farmers with little influence, leaving them vulnerable to preventable deaths. Dr. Amani spoke following the death of aspiring singer Ifunanya Wangena in Abuja on Saturday. He explained that even specialized hospitals, including Katongo, lack sufficient antivenom, forcing patients to buy expensive doses from private vendors. A vial can cost around 250,000 naira, with some patients needing multiple vials. The medical director called for urgent government support, NGO involvement, and local production of antivenom, noting that treating snakebite as a public health priority requires sustained funding, technical expertise, and strong partnerships. He warned that without action, preventable deaths and disabilities will continue. And now in business news, Dangote Industries has signed revised gas supply agreements with Nigerian Gas Marketing and NNPC Gas Infrastructure Company to support expansion at its refinery, cement, and fertilizer operations. The contract signed on the 1st of February in Abuja during the launch of the NNPC Gas Master Plan 2026 aim to meet rising energy demands and support cleaner energy initiatives under Dangote's Vision 2030 strategy. The agreement ensures the group has reliable gas for increased production capacity, development of compressed natural gas solutions for industrial transport and fertilizer manufacturing. The deals also aligned with Nigeria's broader push to expand domestic gas use and industrialization. NNPC CEO Bashir Ojulari said the gas master plan targets national production of 10 billion cubic feet per day by 2027 and 12 billion cubic feet per day by 2030. He described the agreement as a step toward turning Nigeria's gas reserves in for industrial growth and energy security. And now finally in sports, The Ghana Football Association Competitions Department has unveiled the schedule for the 2025/2026 MTN FA COUP. Round of 16 matches are set for this weekend, with winners advancing to the quarterfinals in March. Key ties include Dreams FC versus Inter Allies and Asante Kotoko versus Adwana FC. Quarterfinal matches are scheduled for March 13 to 16, semi-finals from April 17 to 20th, and the final is set for the weekend of May 30th to 31st, 2026. The roadmap outlines matchups for all roundups, showing potential pairings as clubs progress, including clashes involving Mediama SC, 11 Wonders, Atram Dovisa, and Beracombe Chelsea. And that's all we have for you on Idea TV News Update. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. We brought you news that Nigeria is set to build electric vehicle plant with South Korea. Namibia launches connectivity infrastructure in KUNENE region. ARCELORMITTAL expands iron ore output in Liberia amid China-led West African investment. Liberia launches national EDTECH teacher training program. Nigeria thwarts coup in BENIN reaffirms regional influence. And away from Africa, clan the GOLFO deputy leader dies in river accident in Colombia. In health, anti-snake venom SCARCE says Gombe hospital. And in business, Dangote secures gas supply to boost industrial expansion. Finally, in sports, roadmap release for 2026-2026 MTN FA COUP. Now, do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Cynthia Bassi. Thank you for your time.